Hello everyone, welcome to my first official YouTube video. Gerardo here, and thank you for tuning in. YouTube is something I've been wanting to do for such a long time, and I finally have the opportunity to go ahead and pursue it, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. If you want to find out a little more about me, stay tuned because I will be doing a question and answer video. The reason I want to do a Q&A is so you guys get to know me a little better, so you can see maybe what type of person I am, and answer a couple of questions some of my Instagram followers had. Yes, like I mentioned, I went ahead and asked my Instagram followers to ask me questions for this specific video, and I got some really good questions. So I'm gonna get right into it. I don't want to waste too much time. I don't want this video to be super long. I don't want to bore you guys. It is my first video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through them. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the questions right over here so you guys can see exactly what I was asked, and I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them. So for the first one, so people that do know me, I like to party, I like to drink. Trying to slow it down right now, but yes, that's one of my main things. I really like to turn up. So one of the first questions is, what's your favorite bottle? My favorite bottle would have to be, at the moment, Hennessy. It has changed throughout the years. Actually, maybe every 3-4 months I have a new favorite, but at the moment I think Hennessy is my go-to bottle. If I were to go out and pre-game or drink at a club, I'd have to be Hennessy. The next question, what's your favorite Bichota song? So the Bichota is, of course, as you all know, Karol G. I think my favorite Karol G song would have to be either Tusa or her newest one, Mami, with Becky G. I'm not a huge Karol G fan. Like, I don't stan her, I don't know her songs, but I really like her music, and those probably have to be my top two. And to narrow it down to one, probably Tusa, just because it's a classic and it's a song I really can get lit to and I really like. So for that one, my favorite Bichota song would be Tusa. The next question is gonna be, if I could relive any year of my life, what would it be? This is a really good question because I remember literally everything. So I was kind of just dissecting every year and seeing what year would be my best, or what year I want to relive. And honestly, I was thinking maybe 2019. I think it'd be 2019. The reason I chose 2019 is because I feel like that year I partied a lot. I had a lot of fun with my friends. It was just a really good year to me. A lot of changes in my personal life, which were good at the time, and even in the long run ended up being good, so can't complain. And it was our last normal year before COVID, right? Things are starting to look like they're going back to normal, but nothing completely there yet. It looks like we're taking a step forward and 3 steps back, but let's not get into that because that's a whole another topic. Let's continue with these questions. Okay, this one. As you all know, if you know me, you know I'm a Gemini. I always like to put that out there. I take pride in being a Gemini. So this question is regarding zodiac signs. The question is a zodiac sign that I get along with and one that I don't seem to click with. Zodiac signs, for sure. I don't know what it is. Back to me being a Gemini, I really click with Geminis. Two of my really good friends are actually Geminis. My best friend she's a Gemini, and we click. We're like this. Every other Gemini I've encountered, for the most part, is very up my alley. I get along with. We can hit it off. So it goes to show that I really get along with Geminis. The signs that I don't really click with, honestly, I'm not too sure, but I think it would have to be Pisces. At least, Pisces, I think I've had a little, not that I didn't get along with, but it just didn't really click. I don't know what it is. It's been a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times. So that's why I would have to say Pisces. And another one would probably be, this is a little more of a stretch, a little more of a reach, just because it's been very minimal, but I've noticed it as well with Cancers. It'd probably have to be Cancers, the other sign I really don't click with. Oh, let me add on that. A sign I do get along with, since I mentioned two for the ones I don't click with, my Geminis, of course. I click with Geminis and Sagittarius. Anemone. Fuck, I feel like Nemo.
Okay, don't hurt yourself.
So I have a couple of Sagittarius friends that I really get along with. I really click and bond with as well. I mean, I get along with everyone. I get along with literally. I have friends, really close friends from almost the whole spectrum of the zodiac. But the reason I'm naming the Geminis and Sagittarius is because those are the top two that I probably see that I have like a group of that I get along with versus just like, you know, two Virgos here, a Scorpio there. These are groups that I actually click with. I know a lot of people don't really believe in the zodiac or they don't pay too much attention. I'm really actually intrigued by it. I wouldn't say I believe it 100%, but it is something interesting, you know, something that just kind of, it's kind of crazy. You know, I like things that make you think, and I feel like the zodiac is something that, you know, makes you think beyond just Earth, just being here, just us being this physical being. So it's really cool. It is something interesting to wrap your head around and see what science compatible with what and what isn't. So let's move on. Okay, so now this one, it gets a little more personal, a little more interesting regarding myself. If you are watching this video, if you follow me, if you know me, so you're probably aware that I am gay, identify as a gay male. So this question is regarding my sexuality. So when did I first find out I was gay? I'm gonna put some of them together because they're kind of the same question. I'm just gonna answer them together. And the other one was, when did you first notice or acknowledge your sexuality? And then the third one, I'm not even gonna read it, but I'm just gonna insert it here, which is pretty much the same thing. So to answer all three questions, so actually it's gonna be two parts because one of them is when did I first find out and when did I acknowledge. When did I notice and when did I acknowledge? Okay. When I first noticed, like I mentioned earlier, I have a really good memory. And as far as I can remember, I think I was maybe 5 years old. I had a crush on this boy who used to live in my apartment building. He was a little older. I was maybe 5, like I mentioned. He was maybe 10, 11. He was older for sure, but that's as far as I can remember. And then just growing up, I always felt a little different because I guess I would try to force myself, you know, to follow the correct thing or the right path, which was heterosexuality or being straight, liking girls. So, you know, through elementary, middle school, that was kind of my whole mentality. I kind of try to brush that off, push it to the side. And so I guess you could say I noticed at a very young age. I just didn't, I guess, act on it or question it too much because it wasn't something that was really normal back then. You're talking about early 2000s, and even then, if it was normal, growing up with Hispanic parents, my parents came from Honduras, so can you imagine that their son telling them he's gay, especially at such a young age, they would have never understood. So I think that's why I blocked it off for such a long time. You know, I held it within myself. I knew like I mentioned, I think I acknowledged it, or I finally confirmed to myself maybe middle school, end of middle school. I would always often tell myself I was bi-curious, which is, I know, a term that goes around, especially with a lot of questioning males, just because either fear or confusion. This is not to shade on anyone who identifies as bisexual or is really bi-curious. It's just my personal experience. That's what I would branch myself as, to kind of make it okay that I wasn't fully gay, that I was still like girls, so I was bi. So it wasn't as bad as being gay. I guess I was trying to shelter myself in case, you know, anyone found out. My parents, it'd be like 50% bad, if that makes sense. That was literally my mentality. I would think to myself, okay, if I like girls, if I like guys, but I also like girls, that doesn't make me like 100%, oh, you're like a disgrace, you're only 50%, so I could use the other 50% to kind of just wash that off. That was literally, I guess, my mentality when it came down to that. I'm gonna be better off being bisexual than being just gay because it's not accepted. Like I mentioned, it was still early 2000s, or like 2010s. Stuff, you know, was barely changing. Social media wasn't really out, so I didn't really get to see any LGBTQ, you know, influence. That's why when the argument comes up, that having LGBTQ representation in cartoons, movies, TV shows is going to influence the younger kids, it really makes no sense, in my opinion. Just because I didn't really have that influence. Didn't really, like I said, social media wasn't really a thing. There wasn't really any movies, cartoons with those type of characters that fit what I was feeling, what I liked. But I still ended up being fucking gay. Like, in my personal opinion, you can't really influence what you like. Like, you don't really choose. But everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own say. And that's for a whole another story, a whole video, because we can get into it and it's just gonna be agree to disagree, and we're not gonna do that. So yes, damn, that was a long answer. I'm sorry about that one. So I noticed it very young, and I acknowledged, I guess, going through my teenage years, through puberty, because I realized it was something that wasn't going away. It wasn't just like a little phase. It wasn't me being curious. It was me being attracted, which is why in high school I refrained myself from dating anyone. I didn't act on my bisexuality just because I didn't want anyone to be hurt in the process of me figuring myself out. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't approach any girls, wanting to date any girls, but I also didn't even try to explore my sexuality with men or with guys. I just kind of kept to myself all for years, and that's when it kind of started, branching out and feeling for myself. And now I'm here. But I feel like this is a message to people who are fighting within themselves to come out because they feel like they're gonna be rejected by everyone, or rejected in general, whether it be friends, family, society. Who cares? I know easier said than done, but the moment you start realizing we're only 2 seconds here on this earth, I know it's such a cliche, such a cheesy saying, but literally we're here 2 seconds. Life could be gone with the blink of an eye. And I don't think it's fair for anyone to not live their truth because of what others think, or because of what others think is right, or because of the judgment of others. But living your true self, I think, is so important, because you don't owe it to anyone other than yourself. Because like I said, it's not fair to live a life to please others when it's so short, and it's something so beautiful that you can enjoy. But I feel like hiding because you're scared what anyone else might think, it's just kind of sad. And I hope everyone's able to live their truth one way or another. Like I said, easier said than done, different situations. I get it, and I'm not like bashing anyone who isn't. I just hope it's a word of like encouragement that it's possible, and there's always going to be someone, even if it's just one person, there's always going to be someone who supports you. So do you, do what makes you happy, and be yourself. Live your true self. Well, that answer took a really long time.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so here's the next question. What's important for you for the future? To be 100% honest, I'm not entirely sure if you're asking in terms of like career-wise or personal life, but I'm gonna assume both. So career, to be 100% honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do just yet. I know it's kind of like crazy. I know a lot of people already kind of almost where they want to be. Some people already know exactly what they want to be or what they want to do. Some people are already doing it. I'm at an age where I guess I should have it figured out by now, but I don't. And I think putting that out there is okay, because it lets other people know that it's okay to not have everything figured out yet. But I definitely do want to pursue something like this. I remember since I was younger, I would always, when I was really small, like kindergarten, first grade, elementary school, they would ask me what I want to be when I grow up, and my answer would always be, I want to be an actor. And as you grow up, your goals and your dreams start to fade away, because you often hear that it's not possible, that you'll never get there, or that it's impossible, and you start believing it after hearing so much. But there's this spark in me that just kind of wants to pursue what I've always kind of wanted to do. So that's why I'm here now, and let's see how that goes, or where I end up. And in terms of what's important for me in my future, my personal life, I think just being happy and healthy. I know it sounds super corny and cliche, but literally I would choose happiness and health for my family, my friends, for everyone around me, over anything else, over anything, any monetary amount, any money, over any car, over any house, over any fame. You know, everyone being healthy and just genuinely happy. It's something that's very important for me and for myself. I want to be happy and I want to be healthy. The other question is, what's your biggest accomplishment? My biggest accomplishment, to answer the question, would probably be moving out last year. Moving out was one of my biggest accomplishments, just because it's something that was in the back of my head, but I never thought was gonna happen this soon. It's something that I just kind of thought of. Literally, one day I just woke up and told myself I want to move out. I started looking at apartments, and this was May of last year when I just got the urge to want to move out. This was mid-May, end May, and I told my sister, hey, like, let's start looking, let's move out. And keep in mind, I didn't have a dollar saved, I didn't have no savings, and maybe around August, September, we're looking still, and October we moved out. Like I said, not a penny in my savings account. I didn't have any money put aside for rent, I didn't have any money put aside for utilities, for groceries. It's just something that I spoke into existence. I said, you know what, I want to do it, and I did it. And I'm super proud of it. You know, it's one of my biggest accomplishments so far. It's something you're never ready for until you do it. Literally, that's one of my biggest things I learned doing this. I don't think anyone's ever ready for anything they do, whether it be a job, be a parent, move out, anything until you do it. That's when you're ready. That's when you find out you're ready. It's something I learned, and I'm grateful to have learned that, because it's made me more of a risk taker. I usually play safe, or I often like to play safe, but that did show me, go for it and you shall succeed. So there's that. That's my biggest accomplishment. So next question is, how did you meet the Dad Wiggies? So how I met the Dad Wiggies. So of course, I followed them, Santi, Jaco, Jose, and Ray at the time. And I think Ray posted on his story that Jaco was looking for people to make a video. I'll link it. This is the video. I'll put the thumbnail here, but I'll also link it down below. So the video is the 5 imposters and the 1 Mexican. So he had a bunch of different guys from different places, like El Salvador, Colombia, and then of course I'm not Mexican, I'm from Honduras. I messaged him like, hey, I'd be down, and sure enough, he replied. Super cool guy. He kind of DM'd us all together in the group chat. He gave us a rundown, told us where to meet them. They were staying at an Airbnb at the time. This is after La Casita split up, after the girls and the guys went their separate ways because of the house situation. So they were staying at an Airbnb. They were super cool, super cool. I can't stress it enough how cool these guys were. Like, if you think they seem genuine online through the videos, social media, I promise you, they're that plus more. These guys are literally the definition of transparency. These guys are so transparent. All the love you see they give online, them being good people online, all that stuff, you see from a lot of celebrities or even influencers, and sometimes you hear that that's not the case. Well, these guys, I can 100% guarantee that at least when I met them, the way they treated me and the guys, they were super chill, super down to earth. They were great. They were awesome. So that's how I got to meet them. Simply just hit up Ray, and then Ray set it up, and then he messaged me back, and that's how that went. Like I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity. It kind of gave me the outlook on the YouTubing, on the behind the camera. So what goes down, how they set it up, what they do, what they say, the cuts, the intros, the outros, all that good stuff. And I picked up on a lot. Even this, they use a phone as a mic. That's what I'm doing now. So that's actually one of the tips that they didn't specifically tell me, hey, this is how you do it. But you learn, you catch on to things. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. Like I said, I'm going to use them for my clickbait, spilling the tea on the Dad Wiggies. But nothing but love here. Super dope, like I said. Super laid back. They're super laid back, super chill, super cool guys, and I wish them nothing but the best. I'm happy to see that they're succeeding. They're doing really good for themselves, and I hope God continues to bless them, because They were just super genuine people. And the last question is, what inspired you to start YouTube? I think I mentioned it throughout the video. I've kind of always been interested in doing something like this. YouTube, not specifically YouTube, but something where I can, you know, just entertain, I guess, in a sense. So I guess YouTube's a perfect platform. You know, especially now with all these influencers being, you know, coming up through YouTube and all these success stories. It's something very, very inspiring. It does take a lot of hard work and dedication. Like I said, I didn't have the time or the resources before, but now it's something that it's available to me, so I'm going to try to take advantage of this opportunity and see what comes from it. Another inspiration, again, meeting the Dad Wiggies, it was just really inspiring. These guys were super chill online. They're super genuine. People love them because they're so down to earth. And just meeting them and realizing that these guys are really like that in person too, just kind of inspired me even more. I want to be like that. I want to be, you know, I want to entertain. I want people to connect with me through online, but not just because, you know, I put on a show or a facade or it's, you know, an act. I want people to know this is really me, you know, like these guys. Like, a lot of people you meet, you're excited to meet your favorite celebrity, your favorite influencer, and then you get really disappointed because that's not really who they are. These guys are true to who they are, so it's just kind of inspiring as well. And it's another reason I want to go ahead and do that. Okay, well, I think that was actually my last question. That sort of wraps it up. I just want to thank you guys so much again for submitting your questions. It really means a lot. I know maybe you don't think it means a lot, or you don't think too much of it, but I promise you it means a lot to me. Without you guys asking me these questions, this video wouldn't be possible. So I really appreciate that, and thank you for helping me get a jump start on my YouTube channel. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below, or if you want to message me, you want to ask me, if you want to let me know, give me some feedback on the video, let me know, hey, you sucked, hey, it was awesome, whatever it is. You know, I love to learn. I love to, you know, you can only go up from where you're at. So if this video sucks, at least I know my next one is just gonna be better than this one. But yes, thank you again. I appreciate every single person who went ahead and asked me a question. I appreciate every single person who's gonna watch this video. I appreciate everyone who's gonna like, share, subscribe. This is, you know, something very small right now, but with the help of everyone, if you guys can support me, I know it can be beyond that. You know, everyone starts somewhere small. I know this isn't the most entertaining video right now. This is more like just something so we can sit down and talk, you know, so we can, so you get to know me, like I said, questions that maybe people want to know, maybe people want me to elaborate on. But I'll definitely, you know, be looking forward to making more entertaining videos. I had one in the works that I wanted to put as my first video. That didn't happen, but hopefully in the near future I can still make that possible and be able to upload that onto my channel so you guys can see other type of content as well. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the video wasn't too long or too boring. Like I said, I do hope to hear back from you guys. Your feedback, it's gonna be crucial. It's gonna help me out a lot. It's gonna help me grow. So if you have any pointers, you want to give me any feedback, hey, the video's too long, hey, you were boring, hey, whatever it is, let me know. I will not take it to the heart. I will use that to build and make it the next one even better.